After months, I am finally back. It's literally a whole new year, a whole new decade. Thank you to everybody who has, been checking in on me. I told you a new video was coming. I actually have a few videos that will be coming, but first things first is going to be post-grad. So, my mental and physical health after graduating, what it's like getting a job, and then what that job is like. First of all, thank you for joining me during quarantine time. It's day 2 for me. I don't know how long you've been quarantined inside of your house, but do you have enough food? Do you have enough toilet paper? I know everything's been going out. Make sure if you need a restock, you get there early, because even though they're restocking at 7 o'clock-ish, and that's when they open back up, people are waiting in line. And stuff is going by 9 o'clock at the latest. So make sure you're taking care of yourself. But let's go ahead and jump on in. First things first, I am recording in what I call my Zen zone. And basically what it is just kind of the area where I meditate, I stretch. I have my yoga mat that I usually take out, and I'll move my blanket, and then I'll, lay it out. But this area in general, I light my candle and just kind of relax over here. So welcome, okay? I don't like to let people into my space, so hello. The only reason you get to be here is because I love y'all. Oh, shout out to my students who have been literally begging me since last year to go ahead and do another video. I told you it was coming. It's a little late, but it's here. Thank you for your patience. They literally all put on their notifications. And after every weekend, they were like, Miss Alexis, I didn't get a notification. And I was just like, it's coming. And now here we are in March of 2020. First things first, if you see me looking over here, I wrote a list just so I don't get sidetracked, because I could talk all day long. Oh, I am happy to announce, not yet, but very soon, I will be dropping my hair care and skincare line. It is called Caribbean Opulence. I will be dropping the hair portion first, just because during this whole quarantine thing, shipments are stopped, and so I'm waiting on a lot of my ingredients. So I more than likely will not be able to drop it until April. That is coming. There is a page in development right now. Everything is being worked on. If you would like the opportunity to win one of my products, once the Instagram page is released to the public, because it's already made, it just hasn't been released. Once it's released, all you have to do is share one of the posts and tell me which product you want. I'll be picking, depending on how many people there are, anywhere from 1 to 4 people. And you don't have to pay for anything. I cover delivery charges and all that. And I just want you to have the opportunity to experience what my brand is about. Okay, I'm excited. I'm really excited. I've been working on this for literally going on 2 years. And with school, there was just always something going on, either financially, mentally, or physically. So I never really had that opportunity to really start up, which leads me into my next point, my mental and physical health after graduation. So I know a lot of people who go through a post-grad depression. Me personally, it was kind of the opposite. Being in Augusta for 5 years really took a toll on my mind and my body. And even though I was mentally okay by my senior year, I was going through a lot still. Starting the Tau Phi chapter of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, and then trying to finish my classes, still involved in a lot of organizations. There was just a lot of stress And as much as I allowed myself to not stress, it still took its toll. I wasn't getting sleep. I wasn't able to gain weight. Sometimes I wasn't even eating. So once I graduated and came back home, I didn't come back home until August. Okay, graduated in May, didn't come back till August. So from 2018 to 2019, like 2019 August, when I moved home, I was going through a lot of different deaths of people very, very close to me. And it helped that I had my best friends with me, you know, for the most part, because I didn't really get to see my family too much. And going through that can be really tough. I've always been the type of person who, you know, I handle everything on my own. I don't really like to break down in front of people because I've always been the strong friend. And it's not that I didn't feel like I could be vulnerable, but for their sake, I didn't want to be vulnerable around them, because it really like shakes my friends to their core to see me cry. And crying is not a weakness. It's not a sign of weakness, but they're just used to me always being that person who like rolls with the punches. But my best friends, you know, definitely saw the other side of me, because at the end of the day, I'm human just like everybody else. I may be the strong friend, but at the end of the day, okay? So anyway, fast forward back to August. I moved back home, and I actually had an interview right when I came back, because my assistant principal from high school is the principal of the middle school I work at now. And he reached out to me. He was like, hey, there's this position open and I really think you'd be a perfect fit. I'd like for you to apply. And for me, that was such a perfect opportunity, because my end goal is to be a counselor for, you know, kids in the middle school age range, that prepubescent, just hitting puberty, getting ready to hit puberty, going through emotional and physical turmoil because your body's growing. So I was like, yeah, of course. There's nothing better than to be in the classroom, because in the classroom, you not only get to teach them, but you also get to encourage them. And I've noticed, not just from research, but personal experience, middle school tends to be the make or break stage, where people either give up on themselves and think they're never good enough until they get older and have that breakthrough, or they really realized how much potential they had. Well, I did my application, went in for the interview, got the job, bada bing, bada boom, started in August. I love my job. I'm gonna be honest. Even though literally every day, students, my coworkers, even my principal mistakes me for a student when I'm walking through the hallway, and they're like, get to the right side, and I'm just like, it's me, Miss Alexis. I love it. I love it. I love it. My kids see me as a big sister, so they'll talk to me a lot, which I really appreciate, because some of them don't have siblings. Some of them don't have, you know, their parents at home all the time. Their parents are at work when they're home, or they're taking care of their younger siblings. So I like being able to be that mentor and role model in their life. And it really hits home. I'm not gonna start crying, but it really hits home when they're like, Miss Alexis, you really make me believe in myself, and you make me feel like I actually can do it. Because when I came in, a lot of the kids were like, oh, I can't do this, I'm stupid. And I was like, we don't use that word, okay? You may take a little longer to do something. It may take longer for you to grasp a concept, but what you're not is stupid, because you wouldn't have made it this far. I'm really big on changing the narrative when it comes to them. I mean, when it comes to everybody, but teaching them from a young age to change the way they think has a really huge impact down the road. And it really, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not going to cry, but it really touches my heart when I see that they start to believe in themselves, but when they tell me that they believe in themselves because of how I take my time with them and how I'll show them a different way to think and express themselves expressing emotions is so important, and for them to learn that now, expressing thoughts, expressing emotions, is something that I work with them on outside of just, you know, what they have to learn in school. So if they're upset and they don't want to talk about it, I'm like, okay, cool, just communicate that with me. But if they are upset, I also explain to them that you can't take that anger out on people, especially if they don't even know what's going on. If you tell people you don't want to talk because you're upset, they'll leave you alone. But if you're just rude and just, they're not going to react well to that. You can't expect everyone to read your mind. So I just try to make sure that they really, really work on the social aspect outside of just the school aspect. Because, yeah, standardized tests are important, but middle school is really a time to learn so much. So much. I am working on my master's online for psychology, of course, which helps me stay flexible with my schedule. I transferred to a grad chapter out here once I moved for Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, of course, and that has been an adventure in and of itself. I am the youngest of our chapter, so it's definitely different, but I am glad I have the opportunity to bring a different perspective into the chapter. So, coming full circle, back to the beginning, talking about physical, mental, spiritual health. Overall, I will say for me, post-grad, all of that has improved tremendously. And that's just what it is. That's not going to be the same for everybody. Such is life. Like, that's just not going to be the same. Everybody's built differently. Everyone's opportunities are differently. It's not just who you are as a person. It's also your circumstances and the cards life deals you, but also the opportunities you seek. So I have another opportunity that has been offered to me, and I'm currently in the process of seeing what's up with that. So I'll keep y'all updated on that. If you would like to know more about my hair care and skincare products that I will be releasing, feel free to just message me. You know, all of my social media is up, and it's also in the description box. I'm sorry to my students because I'm still gonna block you. Yeah. But if you're above the age of 18, you can add me on Instagram. Now, I will make my business page public, so there's no age restriction on that. I don't allow my students to follow me on social media, although I love them very much. I just feel like there's boundaries that have to be set. You know, we can have that connection, but at the end of the day, I am still an adult and they are still a child. So y'all can catch me after you graduate high school, though, you know. Thank you for tuning in. I would love if you had any questions, you could just drop them in the comment section. I have another video. I don't know if I want to release a video every day this week or if I want to make y'all wait. No, you've waited enough. I'll probably do it every other day if I don't do it every day. But thank you for tuning in. Quarantine. How are you spending your quarantine time? Let me know. Are you spending time with the family and doing fun things? Are you sleeping, catching up on things that you've been slacking on, picking up a new hobby? We have the whole month of March. Not necessarily off because we're doing online teaching, but we're home for a month. So I'm catching up on things and working out. I was sick for a while, not with corona, because the pollen was trying to kill me, and I wasn't able to work out. So now that I'm healthy again, I will be working out. Okay? All right, you'll have a good one. You know, we got the high-waisted shorts, we got the blue top, and the hair. Long hair, don't care.